Hi guys, it's part 2 of my updated bookshelf tour. This is one of my bigger shelves. So, top shelf is where I keep my Vampire Knight manga series and just a lot of my DVDs, which extends onto the next shelf. And this shelf is where I keep my historical romance section, Stephen King, dystopian, werewolf, Maximum Ride, and fantasy series. So yeah, let's get straight into this. First is my Outlander series. I have all of them. So I have the Exile graphic novel right here. I haven't read this yet, but it looks pretty good. And then I have the Outlandish Companions books 1 and 2. This tells about like where she got her research, what types of words mean in Gaelic, like the translations. And they look really good on my shelf. I still have to read these. And then I have Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and all the books are by Diana Gabaldon. Dragonfly and Amber by Diana Gabaldon. Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. Drums of Autumn, which I'm reading right now. I only read the first 3 books. The Fiery Cross, and A Breath of Snow and Ashes, An Echo in the Bone, and Written in My Own Heart's Blood. That one's a little hard to see. I still have to read books 5 through 8, but I do love this series. It's my favorite book series. I just need to get books 1 and 3 in hardcover, and then I have them all. And then this whole shelf is like my Highlander bookshelf, because I'm obsessed with anything Highlander. So I have The Secret by Julie Garwood on display. I haven't read this yet, but I will hopefully get to it this year. It has a pretty cover. Back's pretty too. Same thing. Right, and then I have all these Hannah Howell books. They're part of a series. So I have Highland Honor, Highland Vow, Highland Groom, Highland Sinner, Highland Avenger, and Highland Master. This is the last book that I have that's in the Murray series, I think. And then I have Highland Beast and Highland Hearts, which is a standalone. Then I have my Valiant Knight. Those are all by Hannah Howell. And then I have Under the Same Sky by Genevieve Graham. My Raven's Wish by Susan King, and Some Like It Wild by Teresa, I'm going to butcher this, Merderos. And then I have my Joanna Lindsey collection. I love Joanna Lindsey. I've only read 1 book by her, but I want to read more. So I have A Gentle Felding, Love Only Once, Tender Rebel, and A Gentle Rogue. Those 3 books are part of the Anderson series, I believe. And then I have Hearts of Thunder. Then my second shelf still continues my historical romance. These are some of the books I have on display, but I have Tears Like Rain by Connie Mason, The Magic in the Mist by Susan Wiggs, Desert Captive by Penelope Neary, Highland Scandal by Julia London, and then Golden Surrender and Lord of the Wolves by Heather Graham, and If I Had You by Lynn Kurland. These out the way. So now I go. My book fell. So now I go into Secret Fire, which is the only book I have read by Joanna Lindsey, and Glorious Angel. I still have a lot of Joanna Lindsey books to read, but hopefully I can get to some more this year. And I have Wicked by Shannon Drake, Keeper of the Dreams by Penelope Wilson. Then I have a lot of Rex and Beckel books. I've only read 1 book by her, but I have Where Magic Dwells, The Rose of Black Sword, which I did read and I absolutely loved it, A Dove at Midnight, When Lightning Strikes, and The Knight of Rosecliff, and The Matchmaker. Then I have The Spanish Rose by Siri Bushby. I have The Scandalous Miss Howard by Nan Ryan. What Happens in London by Julia Quinn. Beloved Captive by Lauren Wilde. Mary Bulldog. A Counterfeit Betrothed and The Notorious Rake. And then I have 30 books by Virginia Henley. I have The Raven and the Rose, Unmasked, and A Woman of Passion. Teresa Dare's Any Duchess Will Do, and The Scandal by Amanda Quick. Then I have Judith E. French, The Fortune's Mistress. Gally Foley, My Dangerous Duke. Desire My Love by, forget the first name, but last name's Jarrett. I have Elizabeth Boyle's Bachelor Chronicles. So I have Book 1, Love Letters. Book 3, Love Letters to a Duke. Book 4, Confessions of a Black Gown. Book 5, Memoirs of a Scandalous Red Dress. And Book 7, Mad About the Duke. And then I have down here Perfect Sin by Kat Martin and The Flame and the Flower by Caitlin E. Woodwiss. I have Mistress of the Eagles by Ilona. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that last name. Castles by Tracy Peterson. I haven't read like all these books, so my TBR pile is gigantic. Mistress of Fate by Haley Rubenhold. That's my arc. Her Every Pleasure by Gayle Foley. This is kind of a turtleback and has large print. Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. I believe this copy is signed. I have like some antiques on my shelf. Poison by Sarah Poole. The French Mistake by Susan Scott. And Shards of Empire by Susan Swartz. Then my third shelf has 4 Philippa Gregory books. I haven't read these. So I have books 3 and 4 in the Tudor Cycle by Philippa Gregory. I have The Other Boleyn Girl and The Boleyn Inheritance, which are very pretty spines. Wide Acre and The Red Queen by Philippa Gregory. And that's the end of my historical romance. And then next is my Stephen King book section. I'm just probably going to end up binge reading all my Stephen King. Well, hopefully all my Stephen King this summer. So I have Legends. It's by a bunch of different authors, but Stephen King's one of them, so I bought it. Goes to the Movies. Everything is Eventual. I'm actually reading this on my, I actually have a app on my phone called iBooks, but I'm going to read this in physical copy because I prefer physical copy books. Dreamcatcher, which I really hope to get all these books in hardcover because this one especially looks gorgeous in hardcover. From a Buick 8, The Tommy Knockers. I also got a lot of my books at Goodwill, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart. A lot of books at Goodwill, though. Eyes of the Dragon. I did read this. It was amazing. I loved it. It was slow at first, but then it really picked up. Pet Sematary. Haven't read. Green Mile. Have not read this, but I saw parts of the movie. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. I love this book. This is my favorite Stephen King book, and I've only read 3 of his books. Soon to be a lot more. And up here I have cute little dog. His name is Phil. He's adorable. It's like a magnet for a fridge, but I thought he looked better on my bookshelf. The Stand by Stephen King. This is like 1,300 pages, so I will get to this hopefully this year. Carrie. I have read this. It was awesome. The Shining. I have not read this, sadly, but hopefully I will this year. And I have Dr. Sleep, the sequel to The Shining. I color code my Stephen King books also. I don't know why, but I do. Black House. This is a collaboration with Peter Straub. Misery. This is probably the worst condition for a Stephen King book. I only got it at my Goodwill because I had a dust jacket. But yeah, it's in a really bad condition, but I do have the mass market paperback edition, so I'll probably be reading that. Dolores Claiborne. This looks like there's a book called Gerald's Game, and I don't know if I should read this first or Gerald's Game. I have The Bizarre Bad Dreams, Full Dark No Stars, and then fourth shelf, I have a cow right here. His name's Moo. So I have Salem's Lot, the illustrated edition. I also have the Mass Market paperback of this, so I'm going to be reading this. 11/22/63, which is a series on Hulu. I wish I had Hulu so I could watch it. On Writing, which I'm going to become a writer, so I have to read this soon. Joyland, I actually got this because of the cover, which is gorgeous. Hearts in Atlantis and Bag of Bones. Mr. Mercedes, Cell, which I'm going to read this extremely soon because the movie comes out. Rose Madder, Just After Sunset. The Regulators and Desperation, which kind of reminds me of the Courage the Cowardly Dog TV show. Insomnia. Lizzie's or Liza's Story. I don't know how to pronounce this title, but it's a really cool book. If you take off the dust jacket, you get some really cool artwork on it. Eatful Things, Nightmares and Dreamscapes, Under the Dome, which is a TV show, but I'd never bothered to watch it because I heard it's terrible. And also, I want to read the book first. Then I have his Dark Tower series, The Gunslinger. I got this at a Goodwill by my local mall. Wastelands, and then shelf 5. Wolves of the Kala, Song of Susanna, which is books 5 and 6, and They Went Through the Keyhole, which is book. Oh wait, it's a novella. By the way, gorgeous cover. So, yeah. And that's all the books by Stephen King I have. I'm hoping to get more. Preferably I like to get them all in hardcover, but some books like It, The Shining, especially The Shining, Cujo, sorry. A lot of his older classic books are going to be really hard to get in hardcover because they go for a lot of money. The Stand, especially if you try to get that in first edition, it's like non-existent. So then I go over to my dystopian, so I have The Bone Season. I haven't read this. And The Mime Order, which is like Her Every Pleasure, Turtleback edition. It has large print. Blood Red Road by Mariah Young. Haven't read this, neither read this. I'm thinking about getting the other 2 books in their trilogy and then just marathoning it. Wool by Hugh Howey. It looks really good. Once again, same thing with Blood Red Road. Gonna get the other 2 books in the series and marathon it. The Giver. Haven't read this. Heard it's amazing. Need to read this. Then I have The Kill Order, the Maze Runner Scorch Trials, and Death Cure, all by James Dashner. The Fever Code comes out this year. It's one of my most anticipated books of 2016. And I can't wait. I'm going to pre-order it. I'm so excited to get Newt's perspective on this. This is one of my favorite trilogies. It's amazing. I have The Young World, which I absolutely loved this book. And then The New Order. The revival comes out like this summer. I think it's like July. And I plan on just getting that and then just binge reading through the rest of the series. I have Dark Eden and Dark Eden Eve of Destruction. I don't know if this is dystopian, but I'm putting it as dystopian. It sounds dystopian, so yeah. Then I go on to my werewolf book, so I got The Wolf Gift by Anne Rice. I know there's another book in the series. This could have been left as a standalone, but yeah, I need to get the next book, because Anne Rice is, well, she's awesome. Then I have The Silver Wolf and Night of the Wolf by Alice, butcher this name again, Borchardt. I have Shiver and Sinner by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm missing Linger and Forever. I have Fateful by Claudia Gray, which was amazing. Fever Moon by Caroline Hines. I want to read this. It sounds really good. Wolfblood, because I love the TV show, and I might as well try the books. Bitten and Stolen, books 1 and 2 of the Woman of the Other World series by Kelly Armstrong. I think I'm going to read the books, well, some of the books, and watch the TV show. And then I go into my Maximum Ride by James Patterson series. It's one of my favorite book series. It's actually the book series that got me into reading. So I got The Angel Experiment, which I read this book like 7 or 8 times. It never gets old. It is so good. I have all the books in hardcover except for book 2. So I go on to my last shelf. It's kind of dark down here, I apologize. School's Out Forever, Saving the World and Other Extreme Sports, The Final Warning, Max, Fang, Angel, Nevermore. By the way, gorgeous cover for this series. It's my favorite book cover. And then Forever, which is the final book, which I'm sad to see the series go, but I absolutely loved that book. I read it in 2 days. It was so good. And I have the graphic novel, so I got volumes 1 through 7. I know I'm behind. I need to get books 8 and 9, and I'll probably end up getting those really soon. And then I go into my fantasy, some of my fantasy. So I have The Hobbit trilogy series by George R.R. Tolkien. So I have The Hobbit, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King. Haven't read these. I know, I'm a bad person. I will get to these someday. I tried to watch the movies when I was young, and I just didn't get into them. And I have the Mortal Instruments series, which I really don't like this series. I have the first book in the Infernal Devices, which I heard was better, which is Clockwork Angel. Haven't read it yet. I'm very skeptical now, because I really did not like the Mortal Instruments to me. Something about it just bothered me. You can tell if a series is bad if you can tell what series this book series ripped off. It ripped off at least 5 different series. So, yeah, I hated this book series. But I can't get rid of it because I'm going to do a review on City of Ashes and City of Glass. So I have City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I'm pretending the other 3 books in the 6-book series don't exist because it should have just been a trilogy. Anyway, enough of my rant on why I hate this series. I have my Supernatural books because there's books of my second favorite TV show and I need these. So I have Nevermore, Witch's Canyon, Bone Key, Heart of the Dragon, War of the Suns, and 1 Year Gone. And hopefully I can get some more books in that series because I haven't read them. I haven't read a lot of my books, but they look pretty good. So that's all my books for the shelf. I try to keep my books organized. I just reorganized my bookshelf, so yeah, I'm trying to not buy too many books because I have to get my TBR pile down. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. And be sure to watch part 3, which is coming soon.